Capricorn full moon brings us some blessed relief from some of the turbulent events that we have experienced over the last couple of weeks, especially with that Mars-Uranus conjunction. So welcome to my channel, GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is a beautiful full moon, the second Capricorn full moon that is creating a reset to the moon cycles. So it's very Saturnian. The ruler of this full moon is Saturn because it rules Capricorn. And this is where things can start to calm down a little bit with this full moon. It is a full moon, so it's a culmination energy. It feels like something that started, or the beginnings of it started at the first full moon, went through some kind of radical shift and change, and now has come back into alignment. So this has this energy of feeling like things can calm down, things that weren't possible can now move forward. Something that you were trying to build and grow in your life is now aligned to the right path, even though it may have had to go through a bit of a change to get there. So the things that you were building and growing in your life now seem more possible or grounded. So this is a culmination energy. It may be a completion of, some of the troubles and challenges that you've been having on the material realm. So it's actually a really wonderful full moon. And I get that a lot of this has to do with higher consciousness. With that Uranus energy, it's us tapping into that higher consciousness, understanding and seeing things from a new perspective, whether this was our will or not. And so with the square to Leo to Mercury in Leo, it feels like there may have been a part of us that we had to step back and take a bit of a back seat in some way, or let our ego get out of the way whilst we had to deal with these higher forces that could have been quite revolutionary or radical in our life. So it brings about positive change, and this is where Saturn's saying it's culmination, it's time, and something. I do feel like this is more rewards for hard work that is coming in. It feels like, okay, if you did the work that Saturn did, and interestingly, Saturn's not making any kind of major transits to anything at the moment. So it's kind of out on its own. It's out doing its work, going, right, this is, I'm out on my own, feeling, but it's good. It's very productive. It feels like something either had to be removed or taken a break or taken out of a usual situation so that the work that needed to be done gets done, or that you are taking responsibility for something, but in the right way, or the things that you are supposed to be taking responsibility for, not something that you're not supposed to be responsible for. So let's see what's coming. Uriel and the Sphinx and fated meeting. As Saturn is the planet of time, we are seeing the clock is striking 12 in fated meeting. It's this sense of, yes, it's time. There's a sense of it's time. Absolutely, getting a very strong message because it's Uriel talking to the Sphinx. The Sphinx speaks in riddles. It's getting those messages from the moon. It's understanding something that didn't make a lot of sense. This could even be prophetic. Some of you might meet somebody in this full moon, and that could be a very fated meeting. It could be a very strong partnership. It was a meant to be, and somehow it feels like everything comes to this point. And it's like almost you might not have reached this point or got to this point if you hadn't have gone a slightly different way to get there. So Uriel and the Sphinx, something is going to start making sense now. It feels like perhaps there is a higher plan and you're getting the message, yes, it's time. So absolutely, it's time. It might be time to connect with a particular person, or even the fated meeting could be even time for that marriage proposal. I know that's not going to be for all of you, but I'm just kind of getting that little bit of time for love and romance that could come through for some of you. So let's see what else is coming in with this Capricorn full moon. We have the Five of Pentacles. No more hobbling away with the Five of Pentacles. These are challenges that have been there on the material realm, where perhaps it feels like you weren't receiving what it is that you needed, or that something was really not resonating On the material realm, there was a challenge for it to grow or to feel like you belonged or you were welcome in that energy. And it really feels like, yeah, that is shifting and changing. Let's see what's happening to this Five of Pentacles. Where is this energy moving? Sometimes when the Five of Pentacles comes on, it may be the end of a cycle around work. It could be somebody wanting to leave a job. And so it very much, it's like it's time's up with something. Okay, yes, the Knight of Pentacles moving into stability from this very, I keep getting the hobbling. Something felt hobbled, you know, the way you were traveling felt a little bit unstable. It was like, I know I'm heading in this direction, but it's not feeling particularly sure-footed. I'm feeling a little bit like, not sure if this is feeling right. And it's moving into the Knight of Pentacles, which is a very stable, slow-moving, grounded energy. One that is actually got a different focus. It looks more to the longer term with the Knight of Pentacles. So it really feels like perhaps there was something that you were just slightly on the wrong path with, that now you're coming back into alignment, something that is going to be better for long-term plans, especially long-term financial plans, where you might be living, where you might be working, what's going on with your health. It really feels like you're getting some very strong messages around that. So this fated meeting of who this person is that's coming into your life, or just be really aware of who is there and what sort of conversations you're having. It might be something might not even feel like something significant at the time, but there's a really strong message in that can come through with this. Let's see what else is coming in with the Capricorn full moon. It kind of feels exciting. It feels like things are starting to fall into place. Things are starting to make sense. And it feels a little bit like destiny or fate is on your side again. The Knight of Crystals, this is the Knight of Pentacles again. So I'm just going to put them two together. We've got the camel and the horse, endurance and determination. Because it's a Saturn-ruled moon, rewards are there for hard work, for putting in the time, for taking responsibility, for being disciplined, for endurance and determination. And so it may be that you are either receiving those rewards for hard work, or you are stepping into something new that you are preparing to dedicate yourself to. You're preparing to go be there for the longer term in some way. You're determined to get to where it is that you want to get to. So it really has this sense of purpose that comes through with it as well. So I want to pull an affirmation card for you. Let's see what is coming in. We've got two. Life supports me, as the kookaburras are laughing. Sounds like they're mocking me, really. But anyway, life created me to be fulfilled. I trust life, and life is always there at every turn. I am safe. And so it does have this sense of safety. It's an interesting thing to come through. It does feel like a situation that felt very precarious suddenly feels a lot safer for some reason. As I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Yes. Life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. Okay, so I wanted to finish it off with an animal spirit energy. Actually, I want to pull another one of my little fated meeting cards and see. They're talking to me. So let's see. We have moth and bee. Okay, absolutely. So bee is about working. It's the worker. It's buzzy, busy bee. It's very much like you've had a lot on your plate, or there's something that's been buzzing around your mind that you want to work on. And the moth energy is about going up to the light. That's that very higher consciousness, that Uranian energy, Uranus. And it's saying you're getting a very strong message now about what you're working on, how you're working, and to listen to that higher consciousness, that higher message of how things are working in your life, how that can shift and change. And if you're not seeing that, go up to the light, go up to those higher vibrations, those higher consciousness, connect in with your guides, and you will get the message about what you're meant to be working on, because this buzzing energy is buzzing around. So, or how you're meant to be working, that's an also important thing. So let's see what is culminating. Let's see, with the full moon energy, there is a sense that something is culminating in our lives. So let's ask about that. What is the picture that is forming with that? So let's see. Oh, we have 2 cards again. We have the Treasure, ooh, and the Queen of Scrolls. Wow, I love this. This guy has just found the hidden treasure, the lost treasure, looking quite surprised and in awe of that. And next to the Queen of Scrolls, which is like the Queen of Air, really. It's about the divine feminine really understanding and knowing something. Understanding that this lost treasure is perhaps something that you have. The treasure and the gold is in the learning of the experience, the knowledge gained from the experience, perhaps understanding that you have a lot of wisdom and knowledge now that you can pass on through the work that you're doing. But definitely it feels like there's some kind of, this sense of something suddenly makes sense. You have these gifts, you have these abilities, you have something you can offer the world, there's something you can build and grow, there's something that you can really work on here, and it's something that you are learning about at the moment, finding out about, and feeling like, wow, I'm discovering this treasure. This ability to potentially monetize something or potentially to set myself up in terms of how I'm building something like my career, my work, my wealth, foundational wealth, things like that is sort of the energy of this. But I think it's like this sort of, this sense when we look at Uriel and trying to find the messages that are coming through here. And you might get your own little messages from these cards, and that's great if you're getting something different. But I do feel like something now makes sense. It feels like the hand of fate was played, and that is now starting to make sense. And it also has led you to a treasure that perhaps you didn't realize was there and was lost. And this is, there is treasures and gifts coming out of this full moon, which is really fantastic. So that is, connecting you to your own treasure and gifts. So that is the reading. And so thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments and find out what's been going on for you, what's taken a radical shift and turn in your life, what's starting to stabilize down now. What sort of treasure? What is this treasure? What's starting to make sense? What's the treasure that's coming into your life? What does that resemble? What does that represent to you? So please leave all of that in the comments. Follow me on Instagram and take care.